What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Kyusha Limit. I'm Dougie B, and it's been a while, quite a while, since I didn't upload, probably like a month and a half or more. And yeah, I just got busy with summer, traveling a little bit, going to some events. I have been filming some content, just not editing as much and not filming as much. So yeah, with things cooling down a little bit here, hoping to get back into the garage and work on some new stuff to show you guys. Got tons of stuff to do on all the cars. Lots of parts stacked up and kind of ready to go. But today is kind of a bit of a unique episode. I wanted to bring you guys kind of something a little bit different and show you a car that I picked up that I'm not keeping. I've actually already sold it, but it was just a good deal, so I picked it up. And I had actually filmed the day I went and got it, but I had a memory card that went corrupt and I lost the footage. It wasn't very much anyways. It was really just me kind of pulling into the guy's yard. So nothing too crazy, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys this car. I think it's kind of unique and cool. You don't see them every day, especially, you know, this year, etc. So yeah, let's pivot to that. So this is the crusty girl. This is a 1970 240Z, and it's a Canadian spec car. It's pretty rough. Looks not bad on this side. This is a good side until you get down to, you know, in the rocker territory there, which is pretty terrible. But yeah, essentially, this popped up for sale, not too far from me, about six hour drive-ish, and it was just a good deal, so I decided to jump on it. And yeah, this side's a little bit worse. Somebody's done some questionable work on this quarter panel here, etc. But I just wanted to show you guys before the car is gone. It's a pretty unique car, and it's pretty unique because of its VIN number. So it's a super low VIN. It's number 1940. And in Canada, there was only 1,200 cars, 1,200 240s that came to Canada in 1970. And this is, yeah, number 1940. It was built in the third month of 70. So for any of you Z-car guys out there, you know what that means. And that means it's worth some money and just very restorable. So although it needs, you know, substantial amount of work, the floors are completely shot on it, frame rails are shot, inner outer rockers are both shot, quarter panels, etc. You know, seems like a lot of work, but because of the VIN number and the fact that it's a Series 1, so like my dark blue car, which is number 5165, this car is worth restoring. So the other thing that makes it worth restoring outside the VIN is it is a Canadian spec car, and there was a couple things for anybody that didn't know different about the North America or US cars versus the Canadian cars. These cars were very much like the European spec, but they had the North American taillights still, so they didn't have the amber taillights. But this car has semi-rare, this is called a balance tube for the carburetors. These are the factory SUs, 4 screws, and this is the E41 balance tube. So no emission stuff. There's no air pump on this car, which you would have had on the US counterpart. It's still got its factory air cleaner. It's still got obviously all the factory carbs and factory balance tube. It has the rare Nissan 2400 OHC valve cover. Anything past Series 1, or actually even some later Series 1 cars would have just said Nissan OHC. Yeah, it's got the original clutch fan, which is metal on the Series 1 cars. It's originally a 905, so 905 red car. I don't know, the under the hood is maybe the best representation of what it should look like. It looks quite orange now, but a couple things that are missing from the Series 1 is this isn't a Series 1 hood. You can tell by right here, there should be a hole in it. And also the back glass is missing from the car. So somebody has placed just a piece of flat plexiglass in here and got rid of the vertical defrost glass, which is quite rare, semi-hard to find, but not impossible. It obviously has the vents, which the Series 1 cars did, and the specific bumperettes, which the Series 1 car were a little, well, they're mounted in a little bit different location. Yeah, it's missing its emblems, obviously, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a rundown on this. I would have loved to take this project on and, you know, do a full restoration on it, but when you're dealing with cars like this, and I know this isn't the most valuable one out there, you got guys with double digits or triple digit and 69 build cars that are worth, you know, well into the six figures American mark, etc. I still don't think I have the caliber probably to do a restoration to what this car deserves. I have no problem doing my own work and working on my own stuff, but you know, a lot of the guys that do these cars regularly have the setup that's meant for it. So the really cool thing about this one is luckily somebody actually overseas purchased this car, so it will be getting a full restoration. I don't know if the buyer wants me to state who they are, so I'm not going to say anything about where it's going. You know, maybe after I speak with them at a later date, you know, I might be able to release a little bit more information. But the other really cool thing is, you know, the place that bought it is, this isn't their first show. So they definitely know what they're doing with a car like this, and it's going to get the restoration that it deserves. And we'll give you guys kind of a little bit of an inside. Another Series 1 thing, oops, is 20 mile per hour speedo. Obviously the ashtray, etc. down there. Original 4-speed. Yeah, the Series 1 seats, which have obviously seen better days, but they got the proper adjusters, albeit somebody has removed these seats and put them in backwards because that adjuster is actually supposed to be on the inside. So this is the passenger seat and that's the driver's seat. They need to be switched. But yeah, just overall, guys, just a really complete car. You know, when you're doing a restoration like this, the metal work is, yes, a lot of work. I mean, obviously looking at what we got to work with here, this is a substantial amount of work and effort, but that's still easier than finding all of the rare Series 1 parts. You know, Series 1 steering wheel, these aren't cut out. The speedo, the ashtray, the choke system, although that's not the super early 69 choke system. You know, these carbs, air cleaner, valve cover, fan, yeah, just all that type of stuff. You know, it starts to add up. It gets really expensive. It gets very hard to find. Some of this stuff you can't get at all anymore. So by starting with the most complete car, although it needs lots of metal work, they're off to a really good start. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a rundown on this. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of stuff. I know there's probably going to be some people that are sad that I didn't fix this car up and restore it. But the truth is, you know, it would have taken away from, you know, some of the other stuff that's on the channel. And also, it's just a big job that, you know, you want to be well prepared and well set up, you know, not just financially, which is one part of it, but, you know, you want to be set up with access to the right parts and the right people to do, especially the metal work on this car. So I looked into restoring it and, you know, hemmed and hawed about it, but the truth is it just comes down to a time thing more so. Even though the money would be fine and the ROI would be there on the car, it just made the most sense to send it to somebody that does a lot of low VIN or Series 1 cars to begin with. So yeah, that's pretty much about all I have to say about this. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I really wish I would have had the footage of going and picking it up, but it was just sitting in a guy's yard, you know, like I said, 6-7 hours from here, and he'd had it for about 20 years and just never was going to restore it. So I saw it get posted up online and hopped on it, and glad I did. So, and glad that it's going to go overseas now and get the restoration that it deserves. So yeah, that's just a short little episode for this one. I will have the car here for a little bit longer until the new owner arranges shipment for it. So if you guys have any questions or you want to see some other little bits and bobs about it, let me know. Other than that, we're going to move on back to kind of the regular scheduled content. Hopefully with winter being here now, or very quickly, we're going to be able to get a little bit more content out and produced and spend less time out and about like we do in the summer. So yeah, that's a wrap. This is number 1940 from 1970 and the Canadian spec 240Z. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like these videos, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more content.